finally going to be bobbing the rear section of my bed. I'm going to cut a foot out of here-ish. To start, we're just going to pull tailgate, bumper, tail lights, anything in our way, and then we'll just start pulling measurements and get ready to start cutting. Got it.
I think we need to invest in a very quiet fan. Hey, I guess we need to put some drain holes in this bumper. It's full of water.
It's completely full of water.
At least if you're out in the desert, you can have something to drink.
I would have died before I found it, though.
Yeah. We had probably a gallon and a half of survival water in the bumper. We just didn't know about it. So it doesn't do any good to have survival water you don't know about.
I don't know if I would have wanted to survive on that water.
I think if you were using it for survival water, you wouldn't care. Preston, there's a bathroom right over there. Oh, you gotta pull them clips.
Yeah.
So where we're gonna cut out basically removes that brace, right, Preston?
The middle one. No, yes, this one.
So we're gonna take a little bit on this side of that brace, a little bit on that side of the brace.
Yep.
Originally, when we laid it out, that was kind of like right in the middle of our cut.
Right on the edge of this one.
Yeah, so we're gonna move our cut back on this side of the brace. So this brace gets removed.
Mm-hmm.
And a foot of that bed floor. Well, it's nice doing this to a square body. Everything seems so square. All right, there's our 12-inch removal right there. I'll match it on the other side. We're gonna chalk some lines through here. Then we can commit, I guess.
See.
Okay, we're committed. We're gonna end up cutting right about there. So, which is kind of cool because that'll give me an opportunity to get this corner kind of straightened out for body work when we decide to make this thing shiny.
I don't think there'll be any body work.
Really? Well, we got to straighten it out to get it lined up.
Oh yeah, I was saying I don't ever want Bondo in it because then all this.
No, we won't do Bondo. We're gonna fix it right if we can fix it. We'll pull this dent and get it lined up good. We're not gonna slather Bondo in there. That dent right there. I think I've got some video of where Preston smashed the side of this bed.
Hit him up here was in Sand Hollow on the horseshoe obstacle. Then this was I think a tree in 5 Mile or something.
You could tell, I mean, by taking a foot out of this bed, that brings this corner a foot forward. That would have never happened. That would have cleared.
Yep.
There's also an obstacle down in Moab on Pickle
Trail
that would rip that wide open. And by moving that, I think you're gonna clear that obstacle. All right, well, let's chalk some lines and get cutting. I'll hold the dumb end of the chalk box. You want to pull these bolts before we cut it?
Oh, if we cut the section out, it'll hold the rear section up from falling.
Yeah.
And we just pull the bolts last.
Okay, try it.
But we can always just pull it whenever.
Sure about this?
Oh yeah, send it.
Yeah. The back's a little harder. Let's screw a straight edge to this so I can ride the straight edge.
Okay.
So we got the majority of this cut with that circular saw. Makes a nice straight line. We used the straight edge and self-drilled it to the bed to hold it straight. The back line, we walked a little bit on the front portion. We'll get that dialed in, but the rest of this we're gonna have to cut with a cut-off wheel on a grinder or the plasma cutter. I think we'll just do the cut-off wheel on the grinder to get the bed bottom cut clear to the side. And then obviously we got to cut the vertical and for the inside of the bed, and then we got to transfer those marks to the outside and cut the outside of the bed. On the outside we're going to leave some fudge factor in the middle for when we piece it together, so we can either cut and butt it or use the flanging tool and flange it and weld to the flange. But we'll start hacking on this. All right, the back side of that masking tape is our cut line. I'm going to squirt it with some black paint, just the light misting of black paint to preserve our line. And that way we know what to cut to, what to grind to, all that good stuff. Now you can peel that paint and see what it looks like, Preston. Peel the tape.
Oh, critter's nest.
Surprise. It's a nice line. It's almost a perfect match to the patina.
It is kind of a perfect match to the patina.
We don't call it rust around here, we call it patina.
This truck doesn't have much real rust.
Okay, there's our cut line on this side. We got to do the same on the front here, and we got to do the same on this side. It don't look no shorter, not yet. We're measuring twice.
You got water on the floor?
The bumper was full of water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when we took because it had the trailer plug was self-tapped to the back of it, took it out and it started going.
Yeah, I was pissing. Pretty wild.
Like completely full of water.
This is a precision hack job,
Yeah, precision hack job for sure.
How could it be better?
The only kind of hack job there is
Precision hack job. I like it.
Okay, so I just got the inside sides cut right here and here. I can't cut up in the little corners. There's just too much going on in here because I'm starting to hit like the side of the bed and stuff. So I think when I do the outside of the bed and the top, I'll just finish that cut last. This side too. This side was a bare. The passenger side, rear, just because I couldn't get the grinder in right. So I switched over to a Sawzall. Cut pretty good. I have to do the same thing here too, just up in the corners. Wasn't able to get, but shortly I'll be able to get them no problem once I do the outside. Okay, so I'm gonna try to translate the inside lines over to the outside. Probably pull measurements from maybe the front of the bed, because that's the only really straight edge I can think of.
We're gonna flange that much of it,
Yeah,
so that this overlaps the flange.
yeah.
And then right here, we're gonna have to butt weld all that, because to flange around that corner, it wouldn't flange right. So this will have to be butt welded, and then we're gonna flange that for strength.
It wouldn't flange because it's curved.
Yeah. You're 100% on there?
No, I gotta get like up in the corners where I couldn't get up in there with the grinder.
Oh,
So I just have to finish the inside cut.
we'll have to use a Sawzall for that, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Check it out.
You need to, before you start fitting this in, you need to drill a couple of holes for your pucks.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna work out slick. It's gonna move straight forward. We're gonna flange this part of the bed on both sides. So we got an overlap weld here.
You can move this cross member.
Yeah,
That
that
cross
cross
member's
member.
That cross member is gonna be gone, so I'm just
Yeah,
gonna weld
you're
it
not-
out. I'm gonna weld something out in between the frame. I'll build a cross member for it.
Yeah, I don't think the cross member will fit with the spring hangers there.
Nope.
Pretty slick,
This is gonna butt right up to this, basically, right?
pretty much.
Close.
That's a good idea, leaving it bolted in until we're
I
done.
didn't want it falling.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so we got this rear section unbolted. Just gonna pull it off real quick, and then we're gonna start flanging these edges.
Hey, it's a dog party.
Maybe we could
Hey,
get,
Harley.
Arrow might want to
Hey,
show
Arrow.
a trick. Arrow, you want to be on YouTube? Yeah, please.
Takes for freaking ever.
But getting in is not as easy as just getting in, because It's got a roll cage in it.
With the leg bar.
It's got a roll cage, see it up above? So if you roll it over, it doesn't smash down.
It's a cool truck, Preston. It is. Yeah. And you got the perfect place to work on it at.
It scared him bad enough that, I've been telling him for a while to put a roll cage in it. It scared him bad enough, he ordered a roll cage.
Like that day.
Oh, when your clutch blew up?
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
almost rolled and then
Smart
blew
move.
the corrupt clutch.
I think this one was a treat.
I think that's as good as we're gonna get it for now.
So I
I'd like to push that dent out while we have it out of the truck. If I can figure out how to do that. And then we gotta see if we can get that a little straighter.
Just hold your horses. I'm coming.
Is that where you want it?
So
There's a little right here.
You know what I'd do with that? I'd cut a 1.5 inch strip out of that floor you took out. I'd set it right over the top and weld it down. That's what I'd do, because you'll never close that gap.
No.
So the profile of the bed changed here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice the top and take a little wedge out of the top. Probably honestly, the thickness of a cutoff wheel is gonna push, we'll slice it here and push this in and weld it up to match that gap. This one's a little more extreme because obviously there's a little bit of a dent there from a rock. This one is what I'm talking about. So we'll slice this and push that in, and then that's gonna match up. We'll take as much material out of the top of this as we need for this to match up. So this damage is all from rocks.
Oh, I see.
So we gotta deal with that.
Doesn't take much.
The fit on the side of the bed turned out slick.
Two-wheel trailer that.
So now that we got the bed flanged, we've test fit everything. It looks really good. We do have a gap we got to deal with in the inside, but we're going to deal with that. We're going to pop some holes with the flanging tool.
sweet.
These are for plug welds. They forgot to measure the spacing on the hole.
What is this measurement you speak of? Those are probably more equally spaced than if I measured them.
Yeah, probably.
You overdid it. That's the problem.
So,
Oh, yeah.
bueno.
Oh, yeah.
We got marks. That one almost drilled.
Okay.
Bed's all flanged. We punched some holes in it. We're just gonna put some tech screws in it to hold that panel out while we do some tacking. Perfect. I'd like to get this dent dialed in a little bit better before we weld it up.
Which dent? The one in the headlight, tail light?
Yeah.
Right here?
No, right here.
Oh, we're gonna get it. I don't really want to pull it off again.
No. No, there's other ways to fix it. Let's
Put the
put a
heat
couple
to it.
here.
Put the heat to it.
Mm-hmm.
It almost looks like it's not even dented anymore. This side. Good deal.
Yeah, I just hit the hammer on the body lines, hammered them together because there's a little gap, and then up here, easily just pushed it, plug weld it, and it'll hold.
Cool.
This side's like ready.
That's gonna look pretty sweet.
That's gonna look good.
These dents obviously bother me way more than they bother you. I gotta walk away. The dents
Yeah, don't even worry about them at all.
drives me insane.
Okay. Should I put some stitches on it too, real quick?
Not yet. Let's get everything tacked, both sides. Pull all the clamps.
This makes me so happy. It's so good. Look at that departure angle. That's better than a Jeep.
Right
In the seam or on the pinch?
in this. Well, go right there in that seam. Right there. It's hot. The bedside kind of curved right here, so that this radius wasn't matching. So we pied the top of this and pushed that in. Turned out pretty slick. Looks like I gotta tap it in a little bit more right there before we weld it. Didn't take much, did it? Nope. That's gonna turn out pretty good, dude. Oh yeah. Look at it. Would you look at it?
Pretty short, pretty sweet.
Obviously we got to still deal with the frame, but that's going to be the easy part. That's really good. We decided we better put the tailgate back on before we got carried away welding, making sure it still fit. It fit, just perfect. Preston got both sides welded, grinded. We do have a bit of a gap here in the bottom that we're going to weld. We're going to use some of the material that came out of here to build a plate to go over it. We're going to put an 1.5 inch strip in here and weld both sides of it on both sides and across the bottom. It just so happens that we have the material over here with the same profile to use on it. Preston has successfully harvested the bed bottom. Final touches for tonight, huh?
Yep. Prime it up, protect all the welds and raw metal from rusting until we can do some body work. Okay, so my bed is officially bobbed. It's about a foot shorter. Departure angle is extremely a lot more steep. It went from like 30 degrees maybe to probably like a 60 degree departure angle. Super impressive. It'll be fun to see how much it helps me in the rocks. Tomorrow we are gonna just chop the frame rails and weld the bumper on, and we'll be pretty much done other than some body work and eventually paint. But for now it's just gonna be in primer.
You know what we can do? We can just box the end of the frame
That's what I was
with
thinking.
flat blade. Box the end of the frame with flat blade, so you don't have that open end of the frame right there. And then weld this to where we boxed it into the frame. We're gonna have to clean these goobers up so it sits flat. I think that's the technical term, goobers. What socks are you wearing today?
Bigfoot in space.
Preston has a collection of Bigfoot socks.
Yeah, I have like 10 pairs now.
It's all about the Sasquatch.
I don't believe in them. Unless I see them, then I'll believe in them.
Bigfoot, baby. Well, we're gonna have to frame off right behind the spring hanger. It's only about 8 inches of frame, but the bumper used to sit out here.
Yeah, it was like 4 inches off of the frame.
This was the original bumper bracket. Well, not original, the bumper bracket we built. The bumper was on the end of that. So effectively we're using at least 14 inches of overhang. Yeah. Let's square these up and then we'll hold the bumper up there and see what it looks like. See where we got to put the bumper height-wise. Okay, check the bottom again.
Inch and 5/8.
Okay, I'm still 1.5 inches. I got 1.7 inches to the back. What do you got?
1 3/4, 1/8 off.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta repaint this bumper. Right. We'll throw some heavy tacks on this side. We'll tack both sides, heavy tacks. We'll pull out our Sawzall blade shim. And then we'll put the power of Zeus to it. And we'll be done, huh?
Oh yeah.
Since I broke one of Preston's tail lights, he's making me rewire the whole damn truck. Oh my gosh, you hate me, dude. Oh. You want me to move? Sure. Oh.
It's not about hate life. So we just got finished cleaning up after bobbing the bed. Bumper's on, tailgate's on, tail lights are in, everything's wired.
Quite possibly the coolest truck ever, Preston.
Yep. Sure do like it.